So
done.
Inside the story, all the kids, the password to get in is that knock. That's how you get the door unlocked. To be able to let into the Matagorda ZFC, you have to say the secret words, which are "Death cannot kill that which never dies." And
very cool.
It actually became part of the story, and it's really close to me, and I like it a lot. So right now, your character, and I'm not going to say your real name on here, but your character is in Africa with like 4 or 5 other people surviving outside of Ethiopia.
Which I really don't want to fucking be.
Right. You never wanted to be in Africa.
No, I understand what the purpose was, but at this point, why the fuck am I still in Africa? Eddie, help me.
It takes a minute. Dude, it takes a minute to find the Ark of the Covenant, man. You can't just walk into Ethiopia and say, hey, you there, hand me the Ark of the Covenant, and then have them hand it to you. It takes, it's a little drawn out. The thing is where you're at, dude, outside Ethiopia is raised up with like 12-foot walls. Everything is on fire. It's a high flesh rejuvenation area. So like if you get bitten by a zombie, you immediately turn into a zombie. And so now the story is going to go. It's probably going to take three different posts, but you guys are going to go inside Ethiopia and meet some new people, and then get the Ark of the Covenant and come back to America. And that's when we are going to have our happy little celebration. So.
Well, sooner the better.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
You know what's weird, man, is whenever I write this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I have people call me and say, how did you know that kind of thing was going to happen to me this week? And it's not so much of a star chart or anything, but it seems to line up and sync with different people's livelihood. Not exactly, but sometimes if you read something, it becomes part of your psyche, and then something like that is going to happen that makes you think of the story that you read. And I think that kind of rings true with EddieRotten.com, because you're not the first person that's told me that.
I have always and still believe that you have this ESP beyond being talented on every freaking artistic platform that there is.
Aww.
I mean, anything that you decide to do, and whatever you're using as your medium, whether you're freaking building a birdhouse, or you're painting a picture, or writing a song, or playing one of the many freaking, if not every musical instrument that there is that you can play, everything always turns out so freaking awesome.
You should see that. You should see the backstory of all that, because in real life, I try to make it seem like I could do so many awesome things. But
you can do so many awesome things. That is a fucking gift. You are a gifted man.
Well, thank you. I
always have been,
that.
and we all appreciate you and everything that you do. And
well, my friends mean the world to me, and so that's why I wanted to get them involved in the story as fast as I could. And it's weird because not everybody wants to be involved with it. There's a couple people that are like in the closet EddieRotten.com readers, and they're probably fucking scared because what you seem to write about seems to come true. Or if it hasn't already, which is funny because I'm always a little bit behind, and so when I'm reading, I don't stay up to date as soon as the next entry, of your blog comes out. It takes me a little while to get to it, and when I'm reading it, it's like, holy shit, that happened. So it's not like I'm reading it and then all of a sudden things happen. It's like I'm reading it and that happened. It's like, dude,
what a fucking coincidence. And that's when I call you up and I'm like, dude, you know, where are you getting this fucking information?
Right. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the media outlets that you choose to listen to and read and stuff like that, because I'm definitely influenced by a couple different, like I cannot stand mainstream media. Dude, I cannot stand to watch Fox News. I hope they all burn in hell. I just cannot stand it. MSNBC, they could all just suck it, dude. I have no time to waste on any of those things because they're all fake. It's all bank-owned propaganda crap that I will never believe in. At the same time, I respect it because, dude, they made it. You know, that's the American dream. Like Ted Koppel on TV, he did it.
Yeah.
And so, you know, at the same time, I have to respect it and give props to it. But really, inside my heart, I choose to pay attention to the underground of the whole thing, and I think it all comes out inside the blog with my friends and my family that have anything to do with it. People from Facebook and Twitter, whenever they ask me about it, they're always a little bit nervous to get involved because of what some of the content is. And so some of the people that I want to be part of it, that I really want to be part of it, they kind of back down because they're like, you know, I just don't know if I want to be associated, because they have a life outside of, you know, the story.
Yeah, I hear you. Could be controversial, are you saying?
Yeah, some of it is, man. But it's real life. Real life is controversial. It's not like I'm trying to make fun or poke fun at certain situations or certain things that happen, like the tsunami in Japan or the Batman massacre. I'm not making fun of that or anybody that suffered or died from that. But, dude, if Russia comes out and says, hey, we made a gun, it's called the zombie gun. We blast a frequency at you, it's going to drop you to your knees. The person that gets the full blunt fries their insides like a microwave oven. I'm like,
they did.
They have that. Right now, they could come to your house and blast your ass with it.
Yeah.
And I choose to put that inside the blog because that's a threat to all of us, just like martial law.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is that it is real. It is 100% real.
Yeah. You have to think. You know, you have to think. This is real life stuff that nobody chooses to pay attention to, and the only way that I can seep it into the minds of people is to, like I told the last dude, is to put some zombies around.
Through telling a story, through telling a story.
Right. But you're...
Go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say your character, but then I was going to go into a whole thing. You said remember what now?
No, I was going to say remember your book. Do you have that?
Which one?
Do you remember the book?
The black book?
The notepad that had all the drawings, and then there were some songs in there. There were some poems.
You know what? Steve has it in Salt Lake, and he's supposed to be sending it down to me, but it's hard to track that dude down, man. He's involved in some shady stuff.
Yeah. Right on.
But I know the book that you're talking about.
Yeah.
The lyrics that are inside that book and the time that we were all in was kind of prophetic, man. There's things that we sat down as a group of men and talked about, and we decided to write down. Half of that stuff has come true. Like one of them.
Oh yeah, euthanasia.
Right.
Euthanasia.
Cloning.
Yeah. Now it's freaking legal.
Right.
You know.
One of the things inside that book was the world. The euthanasia clinic of the world, and that was a short poem that I think we made into a song about before the second coming. There's going to be a one world government that takes over basically, and it's going to be legal for you to go to a euthanasia clinic and kill yourself if you want to. You just check into a room like a hotel, and you choose to be euthanized, and you get to watch what you want and eat what you want, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
So I think we're just right around the corner from that if we're not doing it already.
Yeah.
Well, they have a death. What's it called? A death something, to where you know old people. It'd be better for them to die off anyway, so we don't have to pay for them.
That, or if they're terminally ill, yes.
Yeah, that stuff pisses me off, dude. to a point to where I choose to put it inside a blog and I get all kinds of recoil from it, but whatever. You know?
Yeah.
So inside the story, lokey, which is you're sitting outside a 12-foot wall in Africa. You're involved with somebody else named Star romantically, but that's all going to change because something's going to happen whenever you guys come back to America, and I'm not going to tell you, but it's juicy. Yeah, juicy.
Juicy, I like juicy.
Yeah, juicy's good. And the villain that you guys are going to be fighting inside Africa is the host of a podcast called The Corpse Cast. And you know him, dude. You remember Shane from Salt Lake? He was in the drummer from Die Monster Die. He always went to Bert's Tiki Lounge. He was always up there. And
it's been such a long time. Faces, I'm better with recognizing faces than names.
He's on my Facebook. If you want to go check him out, Shane Diablo is the new villain for EddieRotten.com, and you guys are going to have to fight that dude face to face. And I can tell you right now, with the stuff that's coming out in the story and the news right now, because I use the underground news as part of the backfired ammunition for EddieRotten.com, it's going to be awesome, dude, because there's stuff going on in Africa right now, just like Coney 2012. Remember that? That was inside the story, to where Coney is supposed to be.
Oh yeah. Yes, okay.
You know, this war leader, and he kidnaps kids and kills people and stuff like that. So we sent our military over to handle this guy, and the people that live in the area, they're like, "What? That dude's been dead for like 30 years. What are you doing here?" And it comes to find out, the underground news reports that we're over there for minerals. We're over there for different, you know, part of a different industry that we can get ourselves into, probably oil or whatever it is that makes batteries, gems. We have to have a certain, what is it, ether or whatever, that we have to use to make our batteries and our cell phones and cars and stuff. But that's the story for that, and Coney 2012 is just a cover-up for that. And if you don't believe me, look it up. It's all right there on the internet, if you could believe what the internet...
that's crazy, man.
Yeah. So
crazy.
Inside the blog, you're the leader of a gypsy group. Have you ever thought about being a gypsy?
Well, you know, I have lived my life as a nomad, you know, just traveling around from place to place, and I tend to attract, you know, like-minded individuals, you know, pirates, if you will, you know, could seem sort of outlawish. However, there is a code. You know, there's just I don't know what you would call it. It's a code. You know, there's honor. You know, they say there's honor amongst thieves.
Right.
You know, type of thing. But there's just you know, there's just some guidelines that I believe everybody should live their life by, you know, respect and but myself, you know, big believer in plur, you know, peace, love, unity, respect.
Right.
And whatever you got to do to get that peace, whatever you got to do to continue the unity, you know, the brotherhood, whatever you got to do to fucking, if you aren't respected, to fucking get respect, you know, whatever you got to do.
And those four letters, those are a big deal, man. That's been part of my life for a long time, and I know it's been part of your life for a long time. It's part of a group. I put it on Facebook just recently, and I hope it's not against what you had in mind for it, but there's so many people that lined up willingly for it. It's called the Good Vibe Tribe. Yes. If you have a chance, anybody listening to the show, go to Facebook and look up the Good Vibe Tribe, become a part of that group, because what it is, it definitely is an uplifting thing. I know this is a zombie podcast, but at the same time, you got to have salt with your pepper. So Look up the Good Vibe Tribe and see what good things they have to say and what good things that you